Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey. Oh, you're watching the episode of the WunderkindShow. What's good, everybody? We here. Will I Am first in here dabbing his way to the front of the line. How are you doing this morning, sir? Salute to you. King Blaze right after him, second. I got an early notification. Yes, sir. Zanger was good. Man, people in here early. Abdiyo was good. Ashley Shelton, good morning. How are you doing? Glad that you're once again here with us. King Lee, yo. My bros, Michael Aiken, yes. LH, we here. Delvin's in the building. We are here, guys. I want some. Yes. Wake up. Wake up. We are here. We are here. We are here. Hey, I'll say this too, guys. We got some stuff to talk about when it comes to the Ravens. And I kind of touched on it yesterday on the regular channel. But I really wanted to go in depth with this because Harbaugh, I always say I don't hate the guy because I don't know him personally. And I don't really hate too many people. Like, hate's a very strong word. Like, you've had to have done something to me personally and then try to exacerbate the situation. You have to do something to me personally for me to truly have hatred for you. So I don't hate the man. I said this in the other video, and I said, guys, a lot of times in life, we make the beds that we lie in. 90% of the time, the beds that are made is that we made it in. Yeah, there's going to be ups and downs and stuff like that happens that can curtail it. And then given time, you'll get around it because you've done certain things to allow yourself to get yourself out of that hole, right? Life happens. You know what I'm saying? Sickness happens. But with John Harbaugh, a lot of the times, it's self-inflicted. Like, he makes the bed, throws the pillow, pops the pillows, pats it, puts a mint on it, puts down the other undercoverings, and then after doing all of that, complains on the situation that people are viewing of the bed. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And I always say this, Lamar cannot take over. That's not his job. That is not his job. That every quarterback that has ever tried to usurp the head coach has been done away with. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, it does not matter. Every single quarterback that's tried to usurp their head coach had found their next steps or soon to be next steps through the front door eventually. So why is everybody, wanting Lamar to do that? I would never want that. I'm not saying you're saying that, Michael Akins. I'm just making a point to be clear. You know what I'm saying? That's never been his job. The job is for the organization to find the right coach. It's their job. Job of the general manager. Job of the owner. You feel me? And I want to make sure that I say good morning to the rest of the people that came in here. Robbie Pate, good morning, I see you. Kush, good morning, I see you. Delvin's in the building. LH, everybody else. Mike Akins, everybody that I might have missed. Good morning. Yeah, I heard about the Kyrie stuff. Him coming out and blasting Brooklyn. Yami was good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and Zanger, I can't wait for the season either. I can't wait for it. But I've come to the conclusion that I feel like, and it has nothing to do with Christianity. It's like you pray for success, but it's up to you to go out there to do it. The way out John Harbaugh talks is almost like he believes angels are in the outfield. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound crazy. I'm being real. Like the way sometimes that he talks, it's like he believes that this throw is going to make it because an angel's going to be out there. He'll make it happen. Don't worry about it. And I kind of look at him kind of weird when he acts like that because it's like a lot of people are praying. You know what I'm saying? You can't just lay your head and say that that's how everything's going to be for it. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to work, line stuff up for it. A lot of times certain stuff seems like luck. It's a lot of time. It's amazing preparation that gets you ready for that. Like a lot of people could have said Michael Jordan was lucky. I remember one time I was watching Michael Jordan talk. He was just like, they're like, oh, you had so many game winners. He's like, I've missed so many game winners. He stopped the talker right there. He's like, you know how many of them I missed? You know how many of them that I wish I could have back? Because Michael Jordan's been hitting game winners from college. That's how he first made his name, is when he won North Carolina their NCAA title. Then he got known for being clutch in the NBA, FIBA, what do you want to call it? You know what I'm saying? Big Grumpy, good morning, good morning. Nigel said, good morning, brother. It's time now. Bring your hard hats and boots. You already know, man. Countdown. We almost there. We almost there. But I want to say, I really want to make that point across that the Ravens have to get out of their own way. You can do everything right and trip up at the ending. We've seen it. We've seen it. Heck, there are even there's like so many examples. There's stores. Y'all remember when Kmart ruled retail? Y'all remember when Kmart was everywhere? Big Kmart and such. And everybody thought them and Sears was unstoppable, untouchable. You know what they did? They didn't grow. They didn't grow. They didn't take a proper view of the landscape. They didn't evaluate their problems. Were they great? Yeah. Like if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, you went into Sears. If you wanted an appliance, you went to Sears, or you got the discounted version of somebody. You went to one of those guys that were like refurbishing like washers and dryers, and you bought one that was like refurbished from them. But outside of that, you've been to Sears. Ain't none of y'all gonna say I ain't been to no Kmart. How many more Kmarts have you seen? How many Sears you see? Yami, shout out to you. How many Circus Cities you see? Toys R Us you see? Red Lobster was going out of business. They could have said, oh, stuff just happened. That's what they were chucking it up to. The market's kind of crazy. Stuff is more expensive. Stuff like this happens, all this. They got one guy. One guy that changed the perception of Red Lobster, and all of a sudden, Red Lobster is back at the top of the food chain. No pun intended. All of a sudden, Red Lobster, people are running to go to Red Lobster for lunch and dinner. Saved the company. One guy. You know what he changed? He opened up those things in our ear canals down on the outside called ears. And he listened. He said, you know what? This works. This works. This don't work. Why are you even doing this? You're not even listening to people if you're doing it like this. People, Ashley Shelton, yes. He made another big change. Remember, he already saved it. They did another big change. I think they got like the boil, the seafood boil, right? And people online was like, yo, this is nice, but we want a little spicy. Oh. How many of y'all see I want it spicy? That man took spice. You get a spice ball. You get a spice ball. Thank you, King Lee and them. Yo, King Lee and Yami coming up with the double up. Yes, I will be live against Buffalo, guys. I will be live. Shout out to y'all, Radio Shack. Best Buy is still there, but you have seen it go down. Hollywood Video is another big one. Blockbuster was another big one. They didn't go with the times. I'm showing y'all examples of what I'm saying. You saw how Red Lobster was almost there to being bankrupt. It was on the cusp of being bankrupt. One guy decided, yo, hey, morning, coach, yo. Sister Tally, thank you for being here. Y'all know who that is. That's Coach from Sister Tally Films. He's the guy that breaks down the film also smoothly. He has kind of a voice like this. And he has a beard. And he drops off presence and knowledge. Check out his channel. All right, guys? And you already know Coach is all love. When you are looking at a product, you have to listen. You have to evaluate yourself. It's the only way to get better. It's the only way to make progress. It's the only way to learn from previous mistakes. The thing with the Ravens is that I'm going to talk from past and present. Raven fans, we were always used to being in the mindset of, I just want to win 10 games. Please, 10 games. That's all I'm asking. Come on, kicker. Don't miss nothing. It's coming from 62, 63, 64, 65. Don't miss, not even from 66. We need all of them. We need every point. Come on, guys. Come on, grind it out. Grind it out. And that became what we were synonymous for. Hard nose, grind. Every game's a fight. And then we're all praying, saying, oh, God, it's not fair that all these garbage teams have had a QB. Why can't we have a QB? You know what God did? God said, all right, we're going to harden all of their hearts. None of them is going to want this one I'm going to drop on you. I'm not going to give you the quarterback you want. I'm going to give you the quarterback you need. And you watch that Heisman Trophy winner drop, 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 drop to where he's even wondering what's going on. Everybody's wondering what's going on. We already picked and we're wondering what's going on. And then somehow, some way, the team with the general manager that we a lot of times wish we had says, you know what? Let's make a trade. Let's work out a draft deal. And all of a sudden, this young quarterback from Louisville, who everybody said should switch positions, dropped in our lap. A lot of Raven fans weren't even happy about it. They're like, why did we get him? Why couldn't we get Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and others? Josh Rosen. Remember? I remember it. I remember that. Gregory Smith, good morning. And then what happened? Then the first year, Flacco, 4-5. All right, kid, saddle him up. Let's try you out. We haven't looked back since. And because now he has turned into not a great player, but a historically relevant player, we a lot of times hang our hat that we'll get 11, 12 games. It's all right. And you know what winning does? Coach, you're a coach. If I am lying, tell me I'm wrong. Winning covers up your mistakes. And we have gotten into the practice of winning so many games, becoming so immersed, endorphins running wild, because we're winning these breathtaking games, blowing guys out, teams that are better than ours, more talented than ours. Getting lost in the hoopla that we forget to circle the wagons and fix the deficiencies that plague the team. But because we win, they get overlooked. They get overlooked. Like the O-line. And see, that's the thing that I'm saying with John Harbaugh. He knows he has a player in Lamar that's going to give him around no less than 11 wins. Now he got Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry gives you 2 to 3 games himself. So now he's in a weird predicament where it's like, we're going to win games. The thing which he should be thinking is, how do I maximize not just winning games, but being able to dictate flow within games? Not just coming in and say, oh, we're going to run the ball. No. Figuring out ways how we're going to dictate the pace. Figuring out ways to make the team play to our speed, on our downs, on our field. Listen, if I am lying, there's a chat right there. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me Nitro's fibbing. Exactly, Yami. We kept winning, and people forgot we couldn't run to the right side of the line. Ha, 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 ha. We're so great. Look at how great our line is. Like, but we can't run that way. So what? Lamar got 900 yards. This guy got 900 yards. They got to be doing something right. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. If I didn't say it already, Gregory Smith, good morning, man. Adi Don, good morning, good morning. Producer, good morning. Bro. And I kind of get lost in this mindset of looking at like John Harbaugh and them and wondering, do you not see the problems or do you get lost in the sauce too? Now, we've heard, of course, defense get ripped because there's games where we were supposed to lose and the offense won the game for us. Like, defense is giving a big play after big play after big play after big play. Not even like they're working up the field to make it competitive. It's 60-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown, 40-yard touchdown. So I know they're getting chewed out after the game. But my thing is, even though the offense is cooking, what is it really supposed to look like? Coach said my comment section full of those people. Coach, you heard what I said. Am I lying? If I'm lying, Coach, you can call. Y'all, listen, y'all know how we do. We talk that talk. If I'm saying something wrong, tell me in the chat. We can talk about it. We can discuss it if you don't agree with what I'm saying. Kenny, good morning, good morning. And let's get those likes up. 27 people in there. We got 12 likes. Come on, like the stream, like the stream. I really want to know. We won so many games that people forget that we couldn't run to the right side of the line for more than half the season. Almost. And I'm not saying we could have run even at the end. What I'm saying, it got slightly better, but we still couldn't do it decisively. Like, we're running this way. You know we're running this way. Good luck trying to stop it. Y'all don't ask yourself those questions? You don't ask yourself the questions why, out of all the teams in the NFL, the Ravens have games where the wide receivers just cannot catch a ball. The tight ends can't catch a ball. Running backs can't catch. You never ask yourself that question, like why is it the Ravens? Like, how does it be the Ravens as the only team that ever, like, you'll have a player that might have an off game. You're like, oh, he's having a bad game. We've seen it with Terrell Owens, another big-time receiver. They have a game. The only receiver I've never really seen that with is Larry Fitzgerald, where they just dropping everything. I haven't seen it with Andre Johnson either. He was just dropping balls. But I've seen it with plenty of other receivers where they just couldn't catch that day. Right? But we have multiple games like that per year where every receiver can't catch. Every tight end is having trouble blocking and catching. O-line can't block. Running backs forget that they got feet to run. Coaches forget that they practice all week to run game plans and throw the game plans out the window. Explain to me, why? When does it come to a point to where we start saying it's different players, different coaches, heck, even different fans, but somehow the same problems rear its head every single year? Y'all don't see something wrong with that? Y'all don't see like that's a problem? Am I the only one that has the ocular vision to look at that and see like, bro, that's not weird to you guys? Name another team right now. No. Guys, if I'm speaking crazy, fine. I'll own it. Name another team right now who you know, without a shadow of a doubt, has games where they're dropping 10 or plus passes amongst the wide receivers and others. Name them. Name them. Name them. Is Lamar Jackson perfect? No, he's not. But none of these quarterbacks are. See, when people say stuff like that, it lets me know where they're going with stuff. Like, oh, but he's not perfect. Yeah, he's not perfect, but none of them are. Tom Brady wasn't perfect. Peyton Manning wasn't perfect. Drew Brees wasn't perfect. That doesn't mean he's not the best player in the darn league. Like, how much more do you want him to do? How much flaws are you looking for him to cover? You ever notice when it comes out to the Ravens, it's always, well, Lamar could do this more. It's never, the running backs need to look for better holes. Offensive line need to block better. Wide receivers need to catch better. Coaches need to coach better. Special team need to kick better. Defense need to block better. Defense need to cover better. Defense need to stop dropping interceptions. You don't hear nothing like that. And that's where I believe John Harbaugh resides. He resides in a little pocket dimension between accountability and success. Right between the two. And mind you, to show you how crazy Raven fans are, we have given heat to EDC. We've even given heat to the owner. We've given heat to Justin Tucker. We've given heat to Falele. We've given heat to Linderbaum. We've given heat to Lamar. We've given heat to Hamilton. We darn sure gave heat to Roquan. The only person whose name seems to be Teflon Donish, untouchable, unbreakable, unpenetrable, is John Harbaugh. Yeah, I don't find a problem with that. None. Not even a little. Mind you, I don't hate the guy. I want him to be successful. Context. I want him to win. When John Harbaugh does well, we are doing well. He's not going nowhere. He's not going. For anybody that believes John Harbaugh is going somewhere, he's not. He is the coach of the Baltimore Ravens. I want that man to be the best coach of all time. I think people seem to not understand that when it comes to me. Because we're not getting rid of him. So you should want the best outcome for him. Because if all of a sudden, like, oh, John Harbaugh just became known as one of the best. How do you get known as being one of the best coaches? Yeah, I win multiple Super Bowls. That means the Ravens just won multiple Super Bowls. That just means Lamar just won multiple Super Bowls. Derrick Henry's going like bling bling, money anything for having multiple Super Bowls. So that's where I'm at. No hate. I ask these questions because these questions are how you grow. There's an old saying. I don't know if you ever watched Fighting Temptations with Beyonce and Cuban Gooding Jr. You ever watch Fighting Temptations? Yeah. Raise your hand. Did anybody ever watch that movie, Fighting Temptations? It's a great movie. Great movie. Have y'all watched that movie? There's a part in the movie that one of the older ladies of the church, she keeps like taking shots at Beyonce and others, right? They're trying to join the choir. And Beyonce comes back and she says something on the lines of, my grandmother told me when I was a little girl that I have to look at you guys like sandpaper, right? You're going to rub me the wrong way. You're going to scratch me. You're going to try to grind me down. But after all that scratch, all that rubbing, all that hurt, I am a finely finished, polished product. And you're used up and easily disposed. That's what those are there for. That's what learning is there for. Learning is to curb your deficiencies in this area, or learn ways on how to curb those deficiencies in those areas. It's just like boxing, right? They say timing beats speed. It's like if I know you like that right, before you get that, I'm fat, you're faster than me. But that timing of that counter, oh yeah, makes all the difference. That's been the problem with the Ravens. The timing of the counter punch. The inability to be able to learn from one's mistakes. And not just say you learn from it, but you grew from it. I remember when Michael Jordan was he was young, the league. I mean, I was still a baby. As a little kid. And he was always saying, he's just a dunker, can't shoot. And they started being like, we're not going to let you penetrate no more. We're going to make you shoot the ball. And he could shoot. He could shoot well, but he was never like, oh my God, he could shoot the ball darn well. And, oh my God, Zanger with a $5 donation. It came up, man, I see it. $5 donation. Oh, God bless you, sir. Let me read it out. Shout out to Zanger. Yes. It said, for the team seems more serious than ever. Shout out to you, bro. And I'm hoping they are. Why? Because that's how you learn. Listen, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to be the best or greatest of all time in everything that they do. But you have to be able to learn from your mistakes to grow. That's why you fall off a bicycle. You fall so you learn how not to fall. You're not even so much learning how to ride a bicycle. You're learning how not to fall from a bicycle, which then in turn gets you to stay upright, and all of a sudden now you're riding a bicycle. Like when we were kids, we didn't learn how to swim. You learned how to not to drown. Like, am I talking to somebody on here? Am I speaking crazy? When we were kids, your father would look you in the face and be like, you know I love you, right? Yeah, daddy. Throw you back. Oh! And you hit that water. You're like, you're not learning how to swim. You're learning how not to drown. And then all of a sudden, because you learned how not to drown, now you're swimming. That's what the Ravens need to accomplish. And I believe they can. I believe they will. It's no longer about you doing it this way. It's like you are making sure that you're not losing. And in turn, not losing, now you're winning. Specifically in the playoffs. That's that old saying, you win any way possible. One band, one sound. Shout out to you, Yami. Dexter, I think the defense can be great. But that's up to the defense. Last year, the defense could have led the league in turnovers. Even though they say the Browns dropped more passes, the Ravens had to be up there with any and everybody. We had games where we dropped 4 or 5 interceptions. Easy ones, gimmies. Not even ones where you're like, oh, it's a back shoulder. You try to catch it with one arm, with your hand behind your back, with one eye on the ball. No. Throwing into your chest and you're dropping easy ones. Ones that your 5-year-old child won't drop. And Ashley Shelton, yes, the movie and the soundtrack was fire. This man, King Blaze, waking Big Border to the Nitro show. I wouldn't know what that's like, bro, but thanks for being here, bro. Like, nobody cares. Ravens just get the job done. Facts. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. It doesn't matter if you blow them out. Just do what it takes to win. Doesn't have to be pretty. No one cares about the prettiness. Once you get one down, then you worry about, do I look good doing this? Nah, just get it out of the first one out of the way. Because at the end of the day, they're not counting on if you look good. They're counting on how many of those things you got. Where do you think we should place this year? First in the AFC. I don't want to hear no excuses. AFC Championship game, Super Bowl. You have the quarterback, barring injuries. You have the quarterback. You have the best player in the league. You have a top 2 running back in the league. I believe that Isaiah likely has the potential to be the best tight end in the league. Get her done. You're on time if you're 5 minutes early. You're late if you're on time. Facts. Pablo said we keep making the same mistakes year after year. What is Harbaugh doing? It can't be coaching. Has to be coaching. All of the players have changed. Quarterbacks have changed. Running backs have changed. Wide receivers have changed. Tight ends have changed. Offensive lines have changed. Think about it, just like I said with our centers. Our centers consistently hike the ball back in playoff games. Why is that? You don't see it happen to any other centers in the league. But Baltimore, if it's not Macari, then it's Linderbaum, and what's his name? They try to fill in for Macari and them too. Like, same problems. Timing 100% beats speed in sports game. Slows down when you locked in. Facts. King Blaze at Best Nation, donation. Yes, Anger with the only donation of the morning, but I'm happy. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for that. It's greatly appreciated. Andy Skura, thank you. Matt Skura. We like our guys, John Harbaugh. I told y'all before, I said they had Filele in, right? And they're like, oh, he's our guy. It's like, if my quarterback gets hurt because of this man, I want to let you, I don't want to hear no excuses from you because there's no way you're not seeing his deficiencies, right? Tyler got pushed back into Lamar on that fumble in the divisional. Yeah. No one's going to talk about it. You know what they say? They say, well, even though Lamar got the weird snap, he should have just fell on it. Like, oh yeah, I got the snap in one arm. My thing now is just to give him on the play right then and there. It's hilarious. I would love to see Lamar do that all game. Every time there's a bad snap, don't even try to do nothing. Just catch it one arm and drop on it and let the play die. Watch how fast you're gonna be like, bro, y'all serious? Y'all gonna say people are gonna be complaining. You can't catch out one arm, try to corral it and everything else. If Lamar really said, I'm not trying to make any spectacular plays, if I'm about to get hit, I'm just throwing the ball away, we wouldn't lead the league in scoring most of the time. We wouldn't be in the top 3. We'd be easily in the bottom half of the league. Think about how many of the plays have been made where there's 2 people that have free runners at Lamar. Lamar buys time, spins around, runs back around, retracts, crosses the back around field, then finds somebody. Touchdown. Everyone's like, whoop, whoop. Y'all watch the game. I'd be complaining. I'd be like, yes, we got the touchdown. Why is there 2 guys running free? I ask them, oh, don't worry about it. Nigel, still a touchdown. And I get to looking at them like when people say that, well, why would you care? It's still a touchdown. Yeah, but how did we get that touchdown? Go ahead. Good morning, Flex Zone. If y'all don't know, check out Flex Zone 2. They got a great show on YouTube. I know it doesn't say Flex Zone, but Roger L. Herring, that's his other piece. But the main show is for him and his pod and his friends. They do the Flex Zone podcast. I got to get on there soon too. Shout out to you guys, man. Check them out. They're great content. The O-line has gotten Lamar hurt twice. 3 times. The O-line got him hurt 2 separate games, and then got him knocked out of the playoffs in the Bills game. I know you remember that, right? So that's my problem. Listen, I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for growth. You understand where I'm coming from? I'm not asking for, and I want to make sure I say this again. I want to repeat it. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for growth. I'm asking for lessening of ego. Zigo Kage, good morning, what's good? We don't know what the future holds when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. I think we win. I think we can win. I think the players are getting tired of this roller coaster of being so great, being right there and falling short. That weighs heavily on the players, man, because they're the ones whose bodies are aching, in pain, sweating, bleeding, working through injuries, and still having to lace them up, line them up. And then being told, I just wasn't good enough, guys. All right, see y'all next year. Tell you, they're tired of it. They're tired. Ravens players, if I got the opportunity to ask any other players and stuff, including Lamar, I think, are you tired? I put money on there and say we're sick and tired of being sick and tired of the same foolishness in the playoffs. They'll tell you out of their own mouths. So once again, I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for growth. I'm asking for experience. I'm asking for maturity. They've had enough teaching moments. Now it's time to use all that teaching and answer the question. Can you get it done? And I think they can. Do we have the best roster in the NFL? No. Not even close. To me, we're not even top 5. I think we're more like 6 or 7. I think I'd put 6. Because I'd have a couple teams over us. More than a couple teams. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying we're not the best of the best of the best with honors. But we have a darn good roster. We have playmakers on the defensive end, defensive line, defensive backfield. We have the best quarterback, top 2 running back, 2 of the top 10 tight ends. We got enough. Now it's time. Signed, sealed, delivered, championship. Let's run these tables. I have over Tom Monken as head coach. Get rid of Harbaugh. Yo, producer said Mahomes has had bad O-line, but notice that they play up to their competition. It isn't obvious until they get to the Super Bowl or playoffs. It's a coaching issue. Producer, thank you. I've been saying that. Yeah, right. Yo, Flex Zone said it. I know Lamar's tired. He won't even talk about the Super Bowl no more. Yeah. Because in his mind, he should already have won one. He should have won more than one. Coach said name 6. Philly, Detroit, 49ers. I didn't say it was going to be close. Hold on. I want to say this team, but I know I'm going to catch flack for saying this team. I'll just say it. Bills, Rams, Ravens. Yeah. That'll probably be my 5. 49ers are still, yeah, 49ers are, yeah. 49ers. 49ers give away more talent than some teams have on their team. If y'all don't see that, I don't know what else needs to be known about them. 49ers got all pros at every level of that team still. That's cool, coach. That's cool. I get it. We're going to have the, disagreement, and that's fine. Like, mind you, if you go through, and my argument is like this. I can make that argument for a couple more teams, but I'm just going to ride with mine on this one. Did you see all the Niners loss? Yeah. Yeah, I did. They lost a couple of receivers. What's his name's coming back from injury. They let go of their best fullback. Yeah, they lost some. They lost some pieces. You know what's another great roster that no one brings up? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have an amazing roster, but no one brings it up. Nobody brings it up. Look how long, for how many years that we found out that the Saints had an amazing roster. They just couldn't get quarterback play. Like, that's the thing. A lot of times, y'all look at rosters and, well, this team's not winning as much as this team. Yeah, because they have a better quarterback. Minnesota has an amazing roster. Are y'all not like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking to you, coach, you know what I'm saying? We can, one day we can discuss it. I'd like to discuss it with you, and we can go back and forth. It'll be nice. But I'm saying, like, a lot of times people look at these other teams and be like, well, our team is better than theirs. Like, no, we're winning because of him. These two guys. Those are the difference makers. If you look at the team itself, the team is actually better constructed than ours. It's just that, like the year when we blew out the 49ers. The year when we blew out the 49ers, are you going to say that the 49ers we had a better team than the 49ers? No, but people are trying to argue that we did after we beat the 49ers. It's like, no. It's like, we know what we did. We know what we got. Same thing with Dallas. Dallas usually had a stout team. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defensive backs, pass rushers, everything. All pro. They just couldn't put it all together. Some teams have way more talent and better constructed teams. They just don't have the quarterback to really challenge. And that was the biggest thing for Tampa for so many years, and the Saints for so many years. The Rams for so many years. Stout everywhere, but didn't have the quarterback. Man. Fred Warner is better than Roquan. I don't understand how that's even an argument. Fred Warner, to me, the best middle linebacker in the game. Would somebody go against that? Like, there's great teams construct, and I always said this: the AFC have the better quarterbacks, but most of the time the NFC has the better constructed teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you took Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and put them on some of these NFC teams, we're talking multiple Super Bowls, no contest. When's this collab? I go back to work next Thursday. What? Listen. We can do a Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday evening, coach. Let's collab Monday or Tuesday. Or even the weekend. No, because I have my little girl. Monday or Tuesday, we can definitely do it. Definitely, coach. Let's collab up. And you already know I'm going to collab. So you see what I'm trying to say? So I'm not saying that you guys are wrong, because everyone's going to have their opinions. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you and standing on why my opinion is my opinion. Yo, coach can't dodge no more. The flex zone said, coach, you better get on here too. Coach, yo, everyone called up coach. They said, coach, pick up the phone, coach. Ooh, I know you see it, coach. Ooh. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not hate. It's not nothing. I'm just saying that a lot of times with these AFC teams, they're bailed out because they have superior quarterbacks, while the NFC has superior teams. If you look at the Rams, Tampa, Detroit, 49ers, Philly, Dallas, bro. Like, really go look at those teams. You're going to be like, holy crap, they're stacked. Gee Willikers, Batman. AFC now, they got all the quarterbacks. Burrow, Allen, Lamar, Mahomes. Telling you, man. Telling y'all, hey, me and Coach linking up. So Monday or Tuesday, me and Coach linking up. You heard it from here first. Coach, don't you run from me. I told Bob, kill daddy and begin. Oh. Yo, man, I'm not even lying to you. I'm looking forward to all the team ups and stuff like that. I love it. It's fun. It's refreshing. Keeps things going. And the great thing about it is we're all different people, so we all have we're all opinionated, have different opinions, and we all can talk really well to back up our opinions. So that's why I look forward to them, man. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Oh, yeah, I got to get with Hendo one day, too. Hendo be ghost. Hendo be ghost, man. I got to get with Hendo one day, too. Definitely got to get on the Rogue Pod. Definitely. Got to bring him on, too. I'm really, probably next week, you're probably going to see a couple collabs. Definitely. But mind you, I got to change it up because I do OBS on my regular system. And my other laptop, I have like the stuff that y'all use, like Stream Element and Stream Labs and stuff like that. So, yeah, we definitely got to do it that way. But, yeah. But, guys, that's another episode of the Wunderkind Morning Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down, we have fun, we laugh. Everything we talk about, rooted in what? Facts and truth. Handle like the Matrix meme. Yo, man. Yeah, I definitely got to link up with Hendo. Guys, this ain't pretty much a question. Usually I do questions at the end of the show. This is just a throwback. When we were kids, 80s, 90s, we had certain things, certain toys we would play with that are just iconic. Like the name of them, you already knew what it was. The commercial stuck in your head. You had one of them at every school. Your friends had them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain toys. You know what I mean? And somebody made a clay. There's somebody that made clay pieces of these toys. And I want to show you exactly what it is. And I think these are 4 of some of the most known toys from the 80s and 90s. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I am lying right now. If these aren't 4 of some of the most known. Matter of fact, you could say 5 because they're made with Play-Doh. And everything goes with Play-Doh. Everybody remembers that. Thank you, Ashley, for saying the great show. Thank you, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bop It, Simon with the color, the extra sketch, the pictogram when you would click through and you click another picture, you hold it up to the light, see all the pictures and everything. You'd have this, like I forgot what, I think it's called like a pictogram or whatever it's called. And then you would get in cereal boxes, you would get the different film. So like you'd open it up, it'll be like Lion King. You can put it in and see all the Lion King people and everything else in it. Disney had this on lock. Like, you know, scenes from movies, all different type of stuff like that. You would just click. Every school, doctor's office, friend's house had one of these 4 toys in it. 5 toys if you count Play-Doh. Bro, like if I'm lying, tell me I'm flying. But man, talk about times as kids, toys that the extra sketch, man, let me get right over here, that red one right over here. Man, let me tell you something right now. Crazy. Scene from the Atlantis movie, yes. Shout out to the Atlantis movie, one of the greatest kid movies ever made. I swear to you, Disney, I could write the perfect script for that movie because it's already been done. The script that you made for it was already perfect. All you need, I would love to direct that movie. That movie was perfection to me. That's one of the top 5 animated movies I have ever watched. Skip It was oh yes, I remember Skip It. Bruh, crazy. You remember the sketch? Yeah, the extra sketch. I remember when I bought my daughter one when she was still young and she was using it and rolling around with her little fingers. That's my baby. But Twist It, Bop It, Simon. Simon was crazy. You always had Simon in school. In 1 or 2 classrooms, Simon was always there. Always. Remind time where we didn't have to pay bills. Adulting sucks. Just leave your parents alone. Let them get a little bit of alone time and go outside and play. Yeah. Shout out to the 90s and the 80s. It was such, you know what it was? And I'll keep saying it. It was such a simpler time, right? Going outside was encouraged. Playing with other kids on your street was encouraged. Building friendships with people outside was encouraged. Playing in sports was encouraged. Rec league was encouraged. Recreational basketball, or even what's it called? Baseball, encouraged. So different now. And we didn't have cell phones like that back then. Like, you might have a cell phone if you got into high school. When I was growing up, you might have got one when you were in high school. That's when the real wave of cell phones came in, when I was in high school. But outside of that, you didn't have no phone. If you wanted to call your phone, you had to bring a quarter, put it in the thing, or go to the principal's office. You know what I'm saying? Every other corner, you had to pay phones. Telling y'all, man, sometimes you don't know what you have until you lost it. And we had something great, man. Shout out to everyone that supports the channel. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout outs to everybody. We got 22 likes. I love you guys. Thanks so much. But that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. I'll see you tomorrow for the bread box. I will be at the bread box. I'm not leaving the bread box. So we're probably going to be live tomorrow for about 2 hours because I'm staying at the bread box because the pastor's not going to be available. So I'm just going to be in his office waiting while the people come in and everything else. But I'll probably be on for about 2 hours tomorrow. So be there, be squared, guys. All right? Love you guys. Be safe. Have an amazing day. God bless. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, guys. Coach, next week, free nights and weekends, baby. You remember that too, bro? Yeah, free nights and weekends. You had to wait till like 9 o'clock to make a call. Good old time. Good times, man. Good times, man. But y'all have a great day. Love you guys. Coach, we'll talk the specifics for Monday and Tuesday or Tuesday. All right, man? God bless everybody. Peace, and I'm out of here. Yeah.
Finish him, Daddy.